essence within. And breathe into this yes. In this moment, finding the willingness of the heart to surrender all the beliefs of this day, all the thoughts that came, all the judgments that wanted to prove difficulty or problems of any kind, and the willingness in this moment to surrender all the misperceptions, all the miscreations that have been danced with in this day. The willingness to just rest, resting the mind, resting everything into the truth of God, the truth of wholeness, oneness. The willingness that this day was a day of holiness, ease, and harmony, filled with blessings, filled with the grace of love, filled with light, because that is all that exists. The willingness to accept this divine truth. And in this moment, the willingness to place the future into the hands of God, to relinquish all thoughts of the future, all outcomes, everything unfolding in the harmony and ease of peace and joy. Affirming again and again in the heart, that's right, there's nothing to worry about, nothing to do, nothing to figure out in any way, just resting and accepting the grace of love that is the truth of your being. In this moment, the willingness to invite humanity into your heart. The willingness to release all belief of the need of any defense, any worries and concerns, any suspicions of the world. In this moment, all surrendered, inviting humanity to join you, to join creation, the union of love. And the willingness to bless all of humanity in this moment with the truth of love, offering light, offering peace and joy to every beloved. A willing heart. In this moment, offering peace and ease to the beloveds who have left the earth plane in the recent hours. Offering to these beloveds who have left the body structure, offering peace and joy as the truth of life, affirming one heart and one breath, all beloveds, whether in a body or not in a body, and offering tranquility and peace and reassurance of a gentle journey. affirming there is only light, only love. In this moment, breathing deeply and fully for all of humanity. Opening into the yes, breathing deeply and fully into every cell, into every molecule, inviting the awareness of divine union, of equality, of holiness. Breathing deeply, filling every inch of all the energy bodies with sacred breath. And as you breathe, affirming the willingness to be here in this moment, present and aware, focusing on the breath for humanity, divine service. Breathing into the throat, inviting the throat to open, unrestricted. Breathing into the neck and the shoulders, letting go of all holding that may have been unconsciously attached to in any way, surrendering all seeming tension, all perception of problems through the breath. Breathing in light, the truth of light, and on the release, letting go of all concerns and worries. Breathing into the spine, inviting the spine to open, moving easily and effortlessly is the vehicle of love. Surrendering arms and hands into love. Breathing into the heart, inviting the heart to come forward, open and available and undefended. Willing for the heart to meet every heart and melt into oneness. Affirming there are no enemies in this universe. There is only love. Breathing into the belly, surrendering all the organs into the hands of God. Surrendering the hips and thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and feet, all surrendered into the hands of God. Willing for the entire body to be the vehicle of love, to serve love in every moment. The yes to love, the yes to peace. And now surrendering the emotional body into the hands of God. Willing to release and surrender all beliefs of difficulty, worries, concerns, suspicions, any type of tension, any thoughts that have been held of a belief in battle. Letting it all go, surrendering the emotional body into the hands of God. Willing for the emotional body to express the truth of God, harmony and peace, compassion and love, all expressed, willing to express. Breathing and allowing that here in the infinite circle of love we are one, one heart and one breath. There is only one presence here, it is the life force of God, and within this life force we live and move and breathe as one, one heart and one breath. And breathing, affirming. The sanctuary is filled with love. This universe is all of love. Nothing else exists. And again, surrendering the past and the future into the hands of God, and willing to be here in this present moment. Affirming and declaring the willingness to remember love, and to affirm that only love exists. Breathing, allowing. Again, affirming and celebrating the gift of the Divine Mother, that there is always comfort, there is always help, there is always the truth of love. Saying yes in the seeming journey of remembering, the willingness to take the hand of the Divine Mother and be led into the remembrance of love. I am Mary of Conception. I am seeking to open your heart, offering my love and guidance as your suffering world comes apart. Bring your pain like a flower to open. Bring your sorrow to place at my feet. Tears that are watering my garden, in the river of Jordan we'll meet. Oh, my children, I seek your surrender. Both the path and the message are clear. My Saint John is walking beside you, holding your hand through this fear. Keep your strength as you seek to be humble. Let the power that guides you reveal all the blessings of my holy rapture, confirming you know what is real. I seek your surrender. The divine truth of love, this divine gift, this divine grace, the Blessed Mother, is seeking your surrender, is seeking to open your heart and to take all of the beliefs of sorrow and all the tears, and let those tears water the garden of love. Let the heart break open and remember, and come home. Remembering in this moment that there is only one purpose for being here, within a body, within the belief of different forms, within the belief of time, within the belief of levels and degrees, that there is only one purpose here, which is to remember. To remember the wholeness, the oneness, the infinite, the eternal, the light. This is all that there is. And to step into that light and remember. And to remember that there is only one purpose here, which is learning to love, learning the truth of love, learning to recognize love, and learning to embrace love, and learning to live as love. I must love. I must love with all of my heart. It is the Divine Mother who has called me to remember the truth of love, the truth of oneness. Oh, my blessed Mother, I offer you my heart. I offer you my devotion to remember love. Divine Mother, in the truth of creation, I must remember to say yes. I must remember to love in the heart for all of humanity, for all of creation, for all of eternity. The heart says yes. Eu devo amar no coração a Virgem Mãe foi que me deu para eu amar ao Senhor Deus. Ó Virgem Mãe, Divina Mãe, vós nos perdoe os filhos seus, para nos amar ao Senhor Deus. Divino Pai, Rei Criador, vós nos perdoe, nos pecadores, para nos amar com grande amor. I must love. With every waking moment, the moment that right before going to sleep, to remember that you are here to learn to love. I must love. I must love because this is what I am here to learn. I must love because every moment offers the opportunity to offer love, to bask in love, to focus on love, to accept love every moment. I must love. I'm called to love. I'm called to love because love is all that exists. I'm called to love because love is the truth of every divine being. I must love because it is the truth of all creation. I say yes to love. Let it be in your heart and let it burn in your heart. That dedication, that devotion to say yes to love, to accept love, to bask in love, and to allow love to transform all meaningless beliefs of limitation and separation. Allowing love, the transformation of love, the power of love, to sweep through every belief, to sweep through every thought, to sweep through every movement, giving everything to love, everything to God, everything to wholeness and holiness, everything. Love and love. here to love. Let your heart burn. Let your heart be ripped open with so much love. Don't settle for the heart holding a little tiny amount of love and settle for that littleness. But let the heart just burst open, because it can't even contain so much love. Let it pour into everything that you touch, everything that you see, everything that you hear, everything that you speak. Let love pour. The tenderness, the kindness, the blessings of love. Let it pour through you, accepting that only love is real. It's all the divine beings that are here all the time and that are always leading you and offering you guidance. Right now, the beloved guide that is known as Hafiz brings the wisdom of love. Everyone should be honored like this. When people come to my house for the first time, if they do not lean toward being too proud, I will kneel before them and ask them for their hand and place the back of it against my forehead. Everyone should be honored like this. What else can make you grow to your full height but the receiving of your true worth? I'm one of God's pillars in this world, and a proxy too, always carrying out the wish of God, the direction of God. And what of those for whom it would be best if they not see me humbly before them on my knees until they're ready? Well, at night, in my prayers, I place my head upon their feet. I plant and I help awaken a sacred realm in all who have entered into awareness. Every master, every guide, every teacher is constantly bringing you into the heart of love. Constantly. At night, I place my head upon their feet and I plant and then help awaken the sacred realm in all who have entered. Touch for a moment that you are so loved, that every master who has awakened to the truth of love is serving you in every moment, is serving your remembering, is constantly holding you, affirming your beauty, affirming your light, affirming your innocence, and calling you to the realm of love to remember as you sleep. The willingness to awaken to the realm of divine beings of love that are here only to serve you. You are so loved, you are so cherished, that all of heaven serves you. Can you accept it? Can you drink it in and accept your divine worth? That's all that's being asked, is to allow the Master to kneel before you and bless you and honor you and open you to the heart bursting with so much love. You are not asked for anything. There's nothing that you have to pay to receive love. There's nothing that you have to do to receive love. There's nothing that you have to prove to receive this love. It's just the willingness to receive what is naturally yours. The world hasn't been aware of this. The world hasn't been awakened to this yet. A few here and there, some close, some touching, some going back and forth. But all of love, all the saints, all the angels, all divine beings are all in service of your remembering. There is no other purpose. There isn't a greater gift of offering healing, of offering love, of offering the reflection of innocence, of inviting and touching the feet of every beloved as every beloved sleeps, and affirming the truth of love that is within every beloved. To stretch, to push through the resistance of being loved, of being adored, of being honored by creation itself. This the identity cannot conceptualize. And yet, you're being called to accept, to welcome, to bathe in the grace of all love. There is a beautiful teaching of Jesus that says, you don't ask for too much. You ask for so little. You settle for so little. Open and expand just with the possibility, with the yes. If this is promised to me, I will receive. I will receive. I am receiving. I say yes. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know what that would look like, but I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes to the Master placing all love on every beloved's feet, and the recognition that every Master is planting and helping awakening a sacred realm in which all have entered, and being held in that awareness of love. You are never without help. You are never without the grace of God. You can refuse it. You can refuse the grace. You can refuse the help. And for a while, fear wins. Fear says, if I accept help, I will lose my identity. If I accept help, I won't be in control anymore. And when those thoughts are held, heaven is laughing, recognizing that there was nothing to control to begin with. It may have looked like you thought you had some control over your world. But time and time again, the world keeps showing you that as soon as you think you have something under control, it changes again, shifts again. That is the nature of illusion. That is the nature of the temporary. Only in the truth of love, only in the truth of oneness, is the realization that there's nothing to control. There's nothing to own. There's nothing to handle. There's nothing to fight with. There's nothing to do. In that beautiful teaching, in the beautiful teaching, I need do nothing. There's a misunderstanding of this teaching sometimes. The misunderstanding is that in this acceptance that there is nothing for you to do, the mind immediately goes to, I'll never move the body again. But these two elements aren't connected. The reality, the divine truth in the recognition that there is nothing to do is the recognition that in the movement of love, there is no doer. There is no identity doer that is making anything on your own. To recognize that there is nothing to do is to relinquish, is to drop down and allow your beingness to be the instrument of divine power. Every master in waking up recognizes one thing. Oh, there was nothing to do. There was nothing to do to become awakened. Because you are, every beloved is already whole and complete. There was nothing to do to get wholeness. There was nothing to do to get awareness or to become the divine. You are the divine. You are the divine creation of God. Right now, forever, eternally. Nothing has changed. Awakening is just the awareness of what is. And the letting go of a dream. The letting go of a false belief of separation. I need do nothing. Is to recognize that that you are, you as you think you are, as a separate self, can really do nothing to improve your status. You can't do anything to improve your worth. It is to accept your worth, what is already complete and whole, and to refuse to accept a lie. To acknowledge that the belief in separation is a lie. There's no other way to put it except it's a lie. It's an untruth. It has no truth. It's made up. Why does it seem so difficult to accept wholeness, beauty, worth, love? There's a program that is running the mind. Just as if you put in a disk that's running on the computer, except that it's a virus. It's the virus of lies. It's an erroneous, mistaken lie. And to turn to the light, to turn to the truth, is to let go of the lie. But how can you recognize the truth within everybody, within every beloved? There is a truth meter. There is an awareness deep within that when you hear the truth, even if there's resistance, somewhere deep within you is a yes that is connecting, that is aware of the truth. You've never lost that deep awareness. It's not possible. And from that deep awareness is the willingness to uncover the truth and to begin to bring your dedication and devotion to the truth. And eventually to reject all lies as just erroneous, made up misperceptions. I was mistaken. To the ego identity, that statement of I was mistaken is misinterpreted as a threat. It's held as a conviction. I was mistaken is as if you are being condemned for your mistake. There is no condemnation in God. There is no judgment in love. There is no repercussions of the mistake. It's just the willingness to see the mistake for what it is and to surrender it into the light, to let it go as your old identity, and to accept the blessings of love's healing. The concept of being a body, the concept of being a separate self in time, cannot comprehend the healing and the power of love and the transformation of love. You can't comprehend it. You have to step in with faith. There's no other possibility. The faith, and it doesn't have to be called faith, but that's what it is it's because it's not known. It's a trust and a surrender to something that you do not know. That the identity of you, the temporary, false identity that says I am separate, cannot know the truth. But it can be accepted. Why not? Why not accept the truth? What have you got to lose? Even if there's doubt, and there probably is doubt, what have you got to lose? To go and do the same thing again and again and again and again? Or to step into that leap of faith and trust the sacred teachings of love that the masters have sent, and to accept them as your own, to accept the gift as you would accept to kneel and say yes, and then allow the master to kneel before you and kiss your feet for your yes, not because it's good, not because you're being good, but because the master sees the beauty, the perfection, and also hears the cry for help. All of humanity is constantly crying for help. Not necessarily consciously, but in every fear that humanity expresses, in every element of the belief of turmoil, in every belief of death, in every belief of lack, there's a cry for help. Accept the help. Accept the divine help of every sacred teaching that is offered to you in any form that it comes in. And in every moment of your day, in every moment of your journey is the opportunity of healing. Everything within this world that has been made in the belief of separation, when surrendered, if you are willing to surrender your day, your life, your journey into the hands, the power of love, that power of love, the power of love can use your whole day for transformation. Everything in your day, every moment of your time, of the belief within time, can be used for your healing. everything. If you are willing to join the spirit of love and be available in your day to ask the question of love, I'm available. What is there here for me to learn? What teaching is here for me in this moment? I promise you, in everything there is teaching available. When you've surrendered your day, your life, into the hands of God, into the yes, I'm willing and I'm wanting to remember the truth, then your whole life becomes a schoolroom. Everything becomes there for your healing. I remember when I first entered the conscious spiritual journey and I was called to Brazil, and one of my teachers said to me, absolutely everything is purposeful when it is surrendered. Everything. Everything in your day will be purposeful because you've said yes and you are here to remember. You are here for healing. Nothing is incidental and nothing is a coincidence. Everything has divine purpose to it because you are surrendering your life into the hands of love for transformation. If you lose your toothbrush, it becomes an opportunity of healing if you are available for that healing, to see what this can uncover for you. You're taking a walk. Everything in that walk is available to hear the voice of love and having a teaching while you're walking. Everything. When you're doing the dishes, there's an opportunity in that moment to be present and to communicate with the spirit of love and to be asking constantly, what is the teaching here? I am available. I am available. It sounds so easy. I am available. So why is it that it seems to be that so many days go by and then you realize, oh, I was busy with my ideas and my beliefs and my plans and my conclusions and my judgments. Where did I go? There's a trance state. The belief in separation is like a trance where you don't realize a choice. You go on automatic. The habit, the familiar, is what entices. The belief that that familiar will provide for you a false sense of being in control, a false sense of a separate identity getting something out of the day, a purpose such as accomplishments, success, proving, winning. But at the end of the day, you end up in the same place of upset, needing more, not being satisfied, and yet again and again and again the opportunity to surrender the day, to surrender, to give the day to be used for transformation. And when you give the day to be used for transformation, you may, in the belief of limitation, you may think, which is always a scary proposition to begin with, but you may think that you are surrendering your day and it's just for you. But it isn't. When you surrender your day, you are surrendering for humanity. You are saying, I am the servant of love, and I am serving humanity by surrendering this day, by turning it over, relinquishing ownership of a separate identity, the ownership of believing that this is my day. This is the day that a separate self has to do something with, has to accomplish something in this day. I only have so many hours, and I have to accomplish something. And going into the direction of love is to trust and have faith that if you surrender the day into the hands of God, you are the happy learner, and you are in a constant availability for transformation and blessings. This is the natural way. This is the way of love. Is there really a need for transformation? Not really. But because you believe in your separate self, transformation is what comes in to bring remembering, to lift the veil of your belief that you are separate and alone and without. To accept that all masters, all teachers, all guides are serving you at all time, in every moment, always available. Always. Your structure that you have built says, I am alone, I am without, I'm on my own, I have a battle to deal with. This is all a lie. All the lie. Heaven is wanting to serve you. Every beloved master is wanting to serve you. All of love is wanting to serve you. Accept the help. How can you be helped if you believe you know what everything means? It's like a 2-year-old child that is determined to, every time they're corrected, the 2-year-old child says, I'll do it myself. I know, I know, I know, I know. And patiently, with love, you wait for the child to fall, because then finally they're probably going to ask for help. You're not waiting in a sense of punishment, but because they will not accept the help. In the journey of spiritual awareness, because of the belief of time, there is an unfolding of spiritual maturity. The more that you step into a spiritual maturity, it means that you're letting go of pride. It means that you're letting go of the arrogance and the determination and the fear that says no to being shown a new way. The fear of losing control. The fear of not winning. Still holding on to the belief that there is going to be some kind of payoff for winning. And yet, in all the lifetimes that you've walked in the world, you have never had the payoff from winning. Because there's never really anything to win. It's a ruse. The belief is around the next corner there is a payoff. It's always just out of availability. It's always just out of sight. And it's never enough. This is the recognition of what the payoff really is. The payoff is wrapped up in the belief of addiction. In the belief of addiction, every addict believes that they're going to get the payoff with this drink, with this shot. The payoff is finally going to be solid and true, and it's going to take them where they want to go. But every addict has come to the same realization, oh, it never ends. I always have to look for the next fix. I always have to look for the next hope that this time I'm going to win, I'm going to get paid off, I'm going to get something. But what you're really looking for is peace and joy and harmony. And these are not payoffs. These are the truth of who you are. This is your natural state. Peace and joy and harmony. Natural state that has no beginning and no end. Eternal. It doesn't waver. It doesn't shift around. It doesn't have degrees. It doesn't have levels. It's full, whole, and complete. But can you accept that truth? Can you allow the masters that have been sent to you to hold you in blessing, to guide you, to show you the way, and to accept the truths and live them? The truths have no value as a theory. To accept that fear does not really exist. To hold it as a theory is a nice concept. You can repeat it to others. You can use it socially. But to live it, to live, there is no fear. And I'm not a victim of the world that I see or the world within. I'm not a victim of this. But to live that is to accept that in every situation. All day long, have you surrendered your day into the hands of God? Are you willing to be transformed? There's a beautiful prayer that says, today I will judge nothing. I will judge nothing. Can you imagine a day where you didn't judge anything? Is it possible? Absolutely. But first you have to bring your intention to it. It doesn't happen to you. It isn't as a victim hoping that judgment won't show up. Judgment is coming from what you're making up. Judgment is your miscreation. It's what you are using as your defense system to hold on to your world and your concepts of separation. But if you would accept, today I will judge nothing. I will be honest with myself today. I will be honest with myself today. I used a teaching a while back that I saw a beloved who was one of the original members of the civil rights movement. One of the first beloveds who walked and boycotted and rode the buses in the name of equality within the world. And this beloved, who is now a politician, a senator, a congressman, this beloved was on a bus and the bus was set on fire. And he was trapped on the bus. He was 18 years old. And in recalling that, in his prayer, someone asked him, how did you get off of the bus? And he said, I had to have a hard, long talk with myself and get myself off that bus. I will be honest with myself today. This is what this beloved was doing on that bus. He was honest with himself. What was his purpose? What was his calling? He was very aware of his spiritual calling, that he was there to serve humanity through this form in love. When he got off the bus, he was met by a group of other young men who were determined to be right in the belief of separation and segregation. And they beat him up. And years later, when he was in Congress, one of those young men that had beaten him up had stepped into an awareness of the need for forgiveness, of his erroneous determination to be right. And he went to that congressman and he asked for his forgiveness. He asked to be blessed. And they became brothers. This is using the form to serve love's remembering. I will be honest with myself today. This is not an indictment. This is a call to love. I must love. I must be honest with myself today. I will not think that I already know what must remain beyond my present grasp. I will not think I understand the whole from bits of my perception. I will be honest with myself today. I will not make up meanings and give everything meanings out of the belief of my past, out of the belief of my agreement to suffer and to hold humanity as separate and unconnected. I will be honest with myself today. Today I recognize my way to love. I want to recognize my way to love. And so I am relieved of judgments that I cannot make. In this I free myself and everything that I look upon to be in peace as God created. I will be honest today. I will not judge today. This is the power within you. You have this power within you to take these sacred teachings, it doesn't matter which sacred teaching it is, and to affirm and confirm that you truly want to live this divine truth, and that this is offered to you so that you can let go of what you made in the belief of separation, which are perceptions and judgments. I will be honest today, honest with myself. Just as the beloved who was stuck on the bus said, I had a long talk with myself. I chose love. You can choose love all day long. You can choose not to judge. When you remove judgment, your opinions from what is in front of you and what you think is occurring, when you remove judgment from that, when you remove your opinions, you are saying yes to love. You are inviting love because love is present. And the only thing that stands in the way of love is the judgment and opinions. Love doesn't go anywhere. Love isn't waiting someplace else. Love is all that there is. Beauty, perfection, grace, blessings, light. It's all that there is. And when you refuse to judge, you allow the light. You open the door to the heart that is willing to see the blessings of that moment. That is what divine miracles occur when you are not bringing judgment to the moment. Is it a place of vigilance? Absolutely, it is. Because the habit is the same as that beloved who needed to beat up his beloved brother. That needed to prove that he was right, that he was better, that he was worth more, because he so believed in scarcity. He so believed in the scarcity of love. He was so afraid that he had to attack in order to try to prove that he was right about what he knew. And all the knowing is all the same. All the belief of needing to prove something is all the same. It doesn't matter how it's cloaked. It doesn't matter what form it takes. It can take the form of a little tiny element of jealousy, a little tiny element of envy, a little tiny element of fear, And it's all the same. It's all the same judgment. It's all the same battle. It's all the same fear. And it's no different than that fear that took that young man to beat somebody else up in the name of fear. It's all the same. So it's not to judge that beloved. It's to recognize that that beloved lost their way in the same belief of fear that all of humanity is holding. And that it's just one expression after another of fear. The belief that there are enemies. The belief that there is not enough. The belief that you can't trust others. That you can't open your heart and be undefended. Today I will judge nothing. You have this power. You have the power to step into this calling. This is a calling. This is the calling of love. Today I will not judge anything. And in that non-judgment, I am opening the door. The power is within. The power is in that choice of dedication, of devotion. How blessed is every beloved that has recognized the spiritual calling, that has woken up to the spiritual stirring that says, I'm not here to keep doing these same things again and again and again. I am here to remember a deep yearning that is within me that will be met by the truth. And how blessed is it to have that awareness of that spiritual calling. And then how blessed is everyone, because all of these sacred teachings are in the world in manifestation. All of these sacred teachings are there for humanity's remembering. And all you have to do is live them. To give yourself a strong talking to. And make a choice. And the choice will come again and again and again. If you forget, no harm, no foul. You forgive and you begin again. You forgive, you're forgetting, and you begin again. A new day, a new moment, a new yes, you begin again. But each day begins with, I will be honest with myself today. I'm not going to kid myself with a trance state. I'm not going to kid myself by not questioning the intention behind my actions, my thoughts. I'm going to question my thoughts. I'm going to question these judgments that come up. I'm going to question them, and I'm going to surrender them. I'm here to remember love. I'm here to remember the truth of oneness. I will be honest with myself today. And then the prayer becomes, Divine Light, today I leave creation free to be itself. I don't impede creation. I step back and let creation lead, and I follow. I honor all its parts in which I am included. We are one because each part contains the true memory of love and is love itself. And truth must shine in all of us as one. I will be honest today with myself. Just as that beloved on that bus said, I gave myself a strong talking to. Not incrimination, not condemnation, but come on, make the choice. You have the choice in the moment. What do I truly want? I will be honest with myself today of what it is I truly want. And I will focus all my attention and I will give my day, my life, this moment to that divine yes. I will choose love in this moment. Every moment offers a choice between illusion and truth. But it's only your yes. I will be honest with myself today. Today I will not judge. In this 10 minutes, I will not judge. In 5 minutes, I will not judge. Just for this moment, I'm not going to judge. That means that you're willing to just be and allow the illumination, the light of God to orchestrate and show you the way. I will be led today in the truth of love. I will say yes in the truth of love. I will be honest with what my mind is manipulating and thinking. I will be honest today and question those intentions. What is it really for? What is my intention here in this moment? I'm calling myself to task. I'm calling myself to stand up and affirm that I want to serve love today. I want to serve the truth today. And I am willing to accept that all divine beings, all masters, are serving that love with me. And I will join that army of beauty and light. I will question everything today. I will be honest with myself today. It's the way to freedom. It's the way to the light. It's the way of opening those doors and windows and recognizing that you are not a victim of the world or of your thoughts or of your decisions. Choose love. I must love. I must love. My Blessed Mother has called me to remember love. I must love. I will be honest today, and I will have no judgments today. I will not let fear say no to God today. I will recognize that fear is the great rebellion that chooses a world of pain and suffering. I refuse to acknowledge in any way that fear has any validity. I will not listen to anything but the voice of God today. And in this power, in this yes, divine alchemy transforms. That beloved who came to ask for forgiveness from his beloved brother that he had beat up, he wasn't yet recognizing that the only forgiveness that was needed was his forgiveness of his false identity. The false identity that had believed that fear was true, that fear was valid, that there was scarcity. and that he needed to prove his worth. And he was trying to prove his worth through pain. And he could not prove his worth. And nothing changed him from the divine truth of love. He is the Christ, not because of his apology, not because he asked for forgiveness, but because his identity is untrue. He is the Christ, along with his beloved. The willingness to accept the innocence of every beloved, and the willingness to be honest today and to use this day, to surrender this day and every day into the hands of God, into the hands of Spirit, to be used for transformation, for remembering. That is the power that you have. And when you say yes and you bring your intention to surrender this day, you are saying yes to that eternal, infinite power. You are joining the power of love. And your mighty companions walk with you. And your mighty companions are always, always blessing and leading and guiding and affirming the truth of love. That's your strength. That's where your strength is. I am not weak, but strong in the power of love. I am not helpless, but all-powerful in the power of love. I will there be light today. I let go of all judgments today. I will offer light today. I will offer love today. And in that yes, healing transforms. Light transforms. The power is within you. I will be honest today. I will surrender all judgments today. I will accept my welcome home today. In this moment, just for a moment, offer your willingness to be honest. Offer your yes from moment to moment to let go of all judgments. And the willingness to be shown the way in every moment as you continue to say yes to healing, yes to the truth of remembering. As we close, remembering that here in this divine community of love, there is strength in the union of your yes to one another. The yes to remember the divine within each other, to affirm and honestly offer love as deeply as possible. When you think of someone, think of them only with love, releasing all beliefs of judgments. When you see someone, see them with love, open to the vision of the heart, and release all beliefs of any judgments, any opinions about who they are, what they are, and that you will not judge anyone through the little bits of perception that you are aware of, but open to the wholeness of the Christ that is within each one. This is the transformation of humanity. Yes, of one heart and one breath in complete devotion to remembering the eternal life of innocence.